this. Is there anything you want the fans to know or any last thing you want to say to them before we get to see this series tonight?
This is where the fun begins.
Hold on. Okay.
Hey everyone, Gen Mike 7 here. I'm back with another video, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching the pre-recording right now, thank you for stopping by. But also, if you're showing here live, appreciate you. I see already a few people that stopped by. Shout out to Darren Long in the building. Shout out to Darren Long. Shout out to Cat DRL2. Thank you for stopping by. New subscriber. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Yeah, I know you say you referral from Coffee of Corbon, another great content creator. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for being part of the channel. Hope to bring more good content to you. But also shout out to Coffee of Corbon. Shout out to Phantomology and all the guys I met in other stream. It was a pleasure, talking to them. Look forward to talking to them soon. And just thank you guys just for liking the video and subscribing. And I hope to bring more content to you very, very soon. Shout out to Wally in the building. Shout out to Wally. Wally, man, thank you for stopping by. All right, y'all, let's get to it. We got a couple topics today. Again, this is the Jedi Mike 7 movie news show. So the way we're going to have it is that we're basically covering over some of the topics that that came out this week, not just movie related, but also TV related, as you see. Even with the strike, writer strike and actor strike that's still going on, there's still some content still to talk about. We had another episode of Ahsoka, which was peak Star Wars in my opinion, but we'll get to that. We also had trailer drops and also new shows and seasons that have been announced and confirmed. And we'll be going over each news topic, and let me know your comments, your thoughts in the chat, and then I'll bring it out on the screen and everything, and we can talk about it. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Topic number one. Now, for those of you guys are not really into anime, because I'm not, I'm into a lot of things. I'm into Marvel, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, a lot of things, right? As you can see, DC, whatever. But there's a show that came out, a live action adaptation to an anime series. Now, for those you know, I've had my heart broken with some anime adaptations. Don't shout out to Death Note. Shout out to Cowboy Bebop. All those live action anime adaptations that have gone down the drain. But one that really hits my core is The Last Airbender, which is, whether you call it anime or not, anime light, still is also going to be getting a live action adaptation from Netflix. And we thought maybe there's a curse. Well, fortunately, this show actually broke the court. I'll show you. Actually broke the curse. That is One Piece from Netflix. And there was a show that came out of nowhere, right? And I was watching a little bit from Netflix and stuff, but my wife was so addicted to the show, we just binged right through it. And my wife, who's not an anime fan at all, will actually love this show. And shout out to Gore in the building. Shout out to Gore. But yeah, she absolutely loved this show. And I actually really enjoyed it. Out of like all the live action animes that it came out, Dragon Ball, all this stuff, Death Note, especially the ones related to Netflix, right? How are you able to translate that into a live action series and also in a like 10 episode format when we have about 22 plus episodes like in a given season? But they did it, and we just got confirmation that a season 2 has been confirmed. I'm gonna read an article right here. If you just give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. There we go. Season 2 is confirmed. So let me read this article from Empire. Excuse me, I'm just doing all this by myself. Let me read this. So, attention, all the Straw Hat Gang fleets. We come bearing good news. Netflix have confirmed that live-action manga and anime adaptation of One Piece has been renewed for a second season on the streaming service. It's not surprising given that the show has been dominating the Netflix charts since its premiered. Fans of the original material have praised how well the series has been translated to the small screen. The Kami, it says, filled with us with great joy to give you this message directly from Oda Sensei. I hope I'm not pronouncing that wrong. But yeah, and we basically had a trailer basically confirming that we will be getting a season 2 of One Piece. Now, one thing I just want to say with this is that, again, I really enjoyed the show. I didn't really give my thoughts on it, but in terms of like my review for this, I really enjoyed what they were trying to do with this adaptation. Again, to its core, the anime properties of any kind, One Piece, One Punch Man, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, anything, it's very, very exaggerated, right? So a lot of times they want to try to bring in bring more like world realism into it, which can be good in some cases, but in other things, it kind of like, this is an anime. Some things can be exaggerated, even like the costumes that people are wearing. The hairstyle, the fighting, the combat, and everything, and also the comedy, too. It also has to hit well, and the dramatic beats, and with this show, from episode by episode, you like fell in love with each singular character, with Monkey D. Luffy and other folks like that. I would just really, and then the rest of the Straw Hat Gang, I just really kind of just gravitate to each of the characters of this show. And again, as someone who's like, I'm into certain anime, but I haven't really been gotten to One Piece like that. But I was really into this Netflix show, and now I'm definitely looking forward to One Piece season 2. I'm actually looking into the actual anime itself. I started a couple episodes and everything, but again, there's going to be people that be hardcore fans that are going to be saying, man, this show sucked. And, because it wasn't cookie cutter and every single thing. What I heard from people who watched the show, they said that there were certain characters or introductions that was cut, or some episodes, whatever, just to get to the gist of it. But again, for what it worth, like, the most general consensus is that this show actually delivered in terms of being a faithful adaptation. And I have to give all props to it because we've been screwed before. Now, after this, the next live action Netflix adaptation we're going to get is The Last Airbender. Now, we've gotten, the live action movie that came out years ago and broke everybody's hearts. I'm still recovering from the trauma, all of it and stuff like that, after being beaten down by the horrible adaptations and stuff, and especially with Death Note and Cowboy Bebop. I mean, I think it's a general consensus that everybody, from the anime community the anime community is experiencing
emotional damage.
Yeah, like emotional damage. So I just think that we've done with that, and we need to actually mend our hearts with Last Airbender. But One Piece season 2 is confirmed by Netflix. Let me know in the chat down below if you guys are excited for this new season. That's been confirmed. Now, no release date has been confirmed, obviously because with the writer strike and everything, but it will be ending soon, or eventually, right? But Gore said, "Oh, there's a Last Airbender adaptation on Netflix." Yes, it is. Yeah, absolutely, there is. They're going to be. It hasn't been released yet, but it's been filming. It's already been shot. We had a few pictures that have already been released online. You can check those out. The scheduled to come in mid to late 2024 on Netflix. So, and that's been confirmed. My cup run over. I'm working way through foundation. Yeah, and excuses. Not their excuse. Yeah, no, I understand. But yeah, let me know in the comment down below if you've watched the pre-recording your thoughts on One Piece season 2 has been confirmed. All right, y'all. Now, a trailer actually just dropped a few days ago on Thursday. Now, we know as a DC fan, we've been hit or miss in a lot of things, that came out this year. But it's been confirmed that we will getting one more movie before we get to the whole James Gunn reboot of the DC universe. We recently had Blue Beetle. I actually enjoyed the movie, but didn't do financially good. And some people were thinking that maybe that DC universe is just cursed at this point, right? Well, hopefully, you would think that a film that this first installment will make $1 billion, that the sequel will be good. Well, only time will tell in December when Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom will come out. We just got the trailer for that. Let me show you here. Excuse me. Yeah, Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom. The first trailer just dropped online. Now, I'm gonna say this. I actually really enjoyed the first Aquaman. Even though it's actually the only DC EU movie that actually made $1 billion, and actually I think it's one of the highest grossing DC movies of all time, falling right behind I think either Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I actually enjoyed the first Aquaman. I thought Jason Momoa did a really good job with his character. I thought I really liked the villain, Norm. I liked Yaha Madu Mateen as Black Manta, and he's coming back as the villain for the sequel. And but yeah, I really enjoyed it. But again, much as the changes of DC and stuff like that, I have really no issues with Aquaman at all. But yeah, so this is following the sequel that came out back in 2018, I believe. And yeah, 2018. And the sequel is actually taking place. Well, it was supposed to take 4 years later, but this movie was supposed to come out before the Flash and everything, but it got delayed. But we see Arthur Curry, Aquaman. He's now in a new position in his life. He's not only just the king of Atlantis, but he's also a husband and a father. We do get shots of young Arthur Curry Jr., Aqua Baby. I'm actually going to have a theory about what's going to happen, which I hope they don't do later on. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, we had some nice, amazing shots from this trailer. Excuse me. Let me get here. Excuse me 1 second. But yeah, I actually enjoyed the trailer. I thought it was still action packed before what it's worth, but still was really good. Here, there we go. But yeah, we get we see Arthur is actually a new state of his life and being the king of Atlantis, but because of the threat of Black Manta, he had to go save his half brother Norm, the Ocean Master, and now they basically have to be teaming up. Now it has been reported that this will be somewhat of a buddy cop film, and we're gonna be seeing Arthur Curry with Ocean Master trying to defeat the threat of Black Manta, as he has this new MacGuffin called the Black Trident. Now, let me say, I'm gonna sit here. Okay, Black Man in the ocean. Okay, Black Manta, I get you. We got the Black Trident. Black Man with the Black Trident. How original is that? Come on. Okay, I know what this MacGuffin's in the in the DC universe, whatever. But I was like, okay, all right. But yeah, we have this Black Trident, which is somewhat cursed and stuff like that. It's been history throughout the 7 seas and stuff like that. But we got a black man with a Black Trident. He got his own now. He don't need no gold trident from the Aquamans and all that stuff, right? He make his own trident and stuff. So but I will say this: I really enjoy the look of Black Manta. I love his look in the first one, but in the second one, this is definitely more comic book accurate. But definitely giving Injustice 2 vibes. If you guys haven't played Injustice 2, video game by NetherRealm, studio that made Mortal Kombat and everything. They made first 2 Injustice Gods Among Us games and everything, but they had Black Manta in the second game. But I really enjoyed him in here. But this is a really good adaptation of him. I really like the costume better than the first one. But here, oh, by the way, shout out to Grey Pill. Shout out to Grey Pill in the building. Here, excuse me. Yeah, shout out to Grey Pill in the building. Hey, you guys just stopping by. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, like, and share. Share this video. Let your friends know the Jedi Mike 7 is live on YouTube. And if you watch the pre-recording, please leave a comment on the topics we're covering right now. But yeah, we still got a couple more shots in this trailer. But again, it's really giving this kind of a buddy cop type of feel to it. What's it? Uh-oh. Guys, who is that? It's your number one fan. Yes, y'all. Yes, it is Amber Heard. We do get a quick shot of Amber Heard. And if you guys don't remember, almost been 5 years ago, we we see that Mara, who was Aquaman's wife in the first film, and she's coming back after her infamous Johnny Depp trial, and stuff which she has lost. And very publicly, may I add. If you guys have remembered, we had Walter Ramada, the guy that was running DC before James Gunn and everything. He actually testified during the trial, during the Johnny Depp trial, and actually gave a little bit insight of what the sequel was going to be. The fact that her role as Mara was going to be minimized because the film was going to focus more on Aquaman and Orm, as them being brothers and having this buddy cop type of film. But she is in this trailer. This is a quick shot we got of her. But yeah, she is a mother now, and the Queen of Atlantis and stuff. But yeah, we get a quick shot of her. I do think it was funny just how much only little they showed of Mira and stuff. Like, wait, is she in the movie? Oh, yeah, we got her in. And then we got the quick shot of her in here. Now I want to actually get into my theory of why I was watching the Aquaman 2 trailer. Now, again, he's a father. The King of Atlantis. Now he has a job, but now he's a father. If those of you guys have not read your DC comics, Black Manta is like the Joker to Aquaman's Batman. He's like the Lex Luthor to Aquaman's Superman. He's arch nemesis, and there's a lot of things that Black Manta actually done to Aquaman and his family. Now, if those of you guys are old enough to remember, they adapted this storyline back in Justice League. No, not Justice League Unlimited. Justice League Season 1, where Aquaman and was battling his brother Orm, Ocean Master. And what happened was he abducted this little baby and abducted him. And Aquaman had to save him, and they were trapped down this burning down dark abyss. And some of you guys remember this. If you guys don't remember this, like I'll show an image in a second. But he almost died, and he didn't save his son. And what happened was he was locked in these chains. Chains, y'all. And what happened was he was breaking free, and he's almost near death and about to seeing the death of his son. And what happened? This ninja, he got his Aquaman logo from his belt, Yes, he got his one arm that was free, and he had his one arm that was chained onto the rock, right? And he couldn't, he was near death as he was slowly going down this volcanic lava and seeing the death of himself, and his son. And what he do? This dude, boom, cut his arm off, because his hand off, right? And this is where we get the infamous Aquaman with the hook in his arm, right? Hook as a hand for in his character. This was based around, I think, in the 80s during DC Comics, where Aquaman basically had this look, the long flowing hair, the beard, but yeah, he had one hook for a hand. But in the comics, something happened to this child that Black Manta actually did. Black Manta actually abducted this young Arthur Curry Jr. He put him into a little ball, whatever, that was basically evaporating the air or the water from him, because he can be on land and sea, right? And basically was sucking and basically suffocating him, as you can see here. And what ends up happening is, yes, y'all, he kills him. He kills him.
Emotional damage.
I know, y'all. Yeah. And so when I immediately saw the baby, I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, are we about to see, baby dying in this, in this film? Who knows? Yeah, because I've heard some press screenings though, or at least from my yeah, we're going to story. Yeah. This was in not Justice League Unlimited. This was Justice League. There was 2 seasons before they got to Justice League Unlimited. But yeah, it was Justice League season 1 when they had this. And it was like a 2-episode arc with the Atlanteans. But yeah. Okay, so okay. You're speaking from comic scene, not to TV. Right, exactly. But as you can see, I think that's what they can be adapting here, and they might actually kill Arthur Curry's son, Aqua Baby. They might kill him. Now, I've heard some, rumors. There was actually some early screenings of this film, at least or test screenings they're having, and where people literally were walking out. Now, I understand if you see a baby, about to, be deleted, whatever. I understand, like, your first reaction might be, right. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't think you want that, right? Now, we'll be adding dramatic tension to the scene and everything. Yes. Yeah, I understand it would, but it's so dark. Now I understand why we're in the DC universe. Shout out to Deadpool. But yeah, this is where the comic panel where Black Manta actually kills Aqua Baby and Aquaman's son. So are they going to do that storyline? Only time will tell. But yeah. Anything, let me know what your thoughts on the trailer for Aquaman The Lost Kingdom. This film is still scheduled to be coming out in I think December 20th of this year, to be the last comic movie of the year, and the last film completely of the DC EU before we get to James Gunn Superman Legacy in 2025 and Creature Commandos and all stuff, and we see a new wave. So the end is near, everyone. The end is near. All right, y'all. Now, but yeah, was it a Great Pill saying? Yeah, Disney pulling in the children. Yeah, right. I mean, well, it's Warner Brothers though, but yeah. So I'm sure that was Justice League Unlimited. I need a no. It was actually the first. It was the first season of Justice League, not Justice League Unlimited. But yeah. 1 second. Let me. Give a second. What's next after this? Okay. Now, before I get into next topic, we're just gonna have a little short break. We'll be back very, very soon. All right, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'm Miss Minutes, and it's my job to catch you up. So let's not waste another minute. Settle in, sharpen your pencils, and check this out.
And we are back, y'all. We are back. Excuse me. I took a drink. For those of you guys just stopping by, welcome to the Jedi Mike 7 Movie News Show. We already cover topics of One Piece Season 2 been confirmed, and we also cover the new trailer for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And now we're about to get into the next topic today, going into Star Wars. Topic. Now, for those of you guys who haven't known, I'm a Star Wars fan. Yes, no, Jedi Mike, that's my name. But I've been a fan for as long as I can remember. There's been several news that's been dropping out recently, and I want to see what you guys' thoughts on this because in X's and all stuff like that, we've been duped before, right? Say you're gonna do one thing and yet you do another. We I don't know about you, but I definitely experienced that. And Star Wars is still different. When they announce something, they say, oh yeah, we're making this movie. Ryan Johnson, we're gonna give you a whole trilogy. But actually we're not gonna do that. Sorry. We're gonna work on some other stuff. Hey, we're gonna work on some do this Kathleen, not the Kathleen King, this Rebels Squadron film we're gonna do, right? We're gonna do with Patty Jenkins from Wonder Woman. We're gonna make that movie. Naturally, nah. Taika Waititi. He recently came out and had comments saying, I don't know if I ever get my Star Wars movie out. I don't know. And then one thing after another, one film comes be announced, and one after another, and then they just go away. Act like they never even existed. Just like that. Boof. It goes away. So now when we hear announcements saying, but this movie gonna be coming out, we're like, are you sure? Are you sure about that? So what am I talking about, y'all? Well, those you haven't heard, that Donald Glover, yes, Charles Gambino, one of my favorite rappers, his series that was announced a long time ago is actually going to be turned into a movie, a Lando movie. Now, for some of you, I don't know about you, when I heard this news, I was like,
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
like, what? What is this? Well, yeah, we're basically getting a Lando Calrissian movie. Now, this report comes in from Variety. News broke in July that Donald Glover, let me share. Ooh, sorry. Had another tab open. Struggle streaming already. There we go. So, Lando, the news broke that July that Donald Glover and Stephen Glover, his brother, have been tapped by Disney and Lucasfilm to replace Justin Seaman as the writers of the new Lando television series on Disney Plus. But not so fast. The project is actually being developed as a Lando movie. Lucasfilm confirmed Variety. Glover debuted as young Lando Calrissian in 2017 Star Wars Solo, which was a notable box office disappointment for Disney and Lucasfilm. Right, Stephen Glover, which is Donald Glover's brother, first dropped the news of a Lando movie on a recent appearance on the Pablo Toro Finds Out podcast, telling the host, "It's not even a show. The idea right now is to do a movie. Right now, because of the strike, it's kind of like telephone. All the information, that's all in the info Stephen could provide." Lucasfilm confirmed the news afterwards. Now, again, exactly. Yep. Exactly. People are like, why? Well, we have seen, the Force has moved in mysterious ways. At least I don't know who said that in Star Wars, but I'm saying it. But yeah, said bro, Star Wars said we're milking as much as we can just cause. Yeah, well, looks from it. But listen, now I just want to say this. I think that Donald Glover is a fantastic actor. If you guys not seen the show Atlanta, you're missing out. It was a great show. He was also one of the inspirations of Miles Morales' Spider-Man, right? And he actually played Aaron Davis in Spider-Man: Homecoming, and he also played uh, Aaron Davis as the Prowler in a short scene in Across the Spider Verse. And now, listen, I wasn't a big fan of the solo movie, but I gotta say, uh, Charles Gambino, Donald Glover was not the problem for me. Now, I wanted to see what your guys' perspective on this because, like, it's not that I don't like Star Wars content. It's not that I can't take more stories of characters that I love. I love Lando, one of the black characters in Star Wars. Great, awesome. But do I believe a movie is the right move for this character? And honestly, I don't think so. I don't think it's the right move. I think that this is really a more reactionary response. Now, he said, was it his brother basically saying that that this was a idea because of the strike and stuff, that the idea is to do a movie. Now, understand that this strike that they're in right now is a good opportunity for studios and writers on the side to develop their stories when we're kind of been in this more assembly line of content and really have been pushed to more quantity over quality. So this is like just like the pandemic, giving you some time to actually develop these stories, and actually making sure that this is the right story to tell at the appropriate time, and making sure you're not just having a half-cooked story and slapping it on a lunchbox and call it a day, right? I had a short, you can check out my shorts on YouTube right now of basically Jeff Goldblum talking to like the doctors from Jurassic Park and saying like, listen, you basically you have no discipline in terms of knowledge you guys have, which is Star Wars and stuff, and and you don't even know what you guys have, so you just slap on a lunchbox, call it a good day, say just sell it, right? But Star Wars is precious property to a lot of people, but now over like the last 5 years, that basically been going down the drain. Last 5 to 10 years, like almost 10 years, because The Force Awakens came out, I believe, in 2015 or 17. I think it was 2015. Might have been 2015. I might be wrong. Um, yeah, 2015. It was 2017. 2017 was The Last Jedi. I know that for a fact. And then Rise of Skywalker came out 2019, right after Endgame. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah. So, but listen, I just think that this is just a really bad move, and I honestly I don't want the story of Lando to be tarnished. Now, I heard some reports that actually that uh Billy D. Williams were actually attached to this in some form, um, and that Don Glover and his brother Steven actually went up to him, tried to develop a story. Now, if it's like gonna be like a flashback story, like, let me tell you the story of Lando. Yes, I'm just making just sweet love in the galaxy, like stuff, and then you have the flashback, and just calling it a good day. Hey, that might be a good story, but you want new diversity in Star Wars in terms of stories, not just with its characters. But I don't know. I just think for a narrative perspective, I think this is a bad move. But I just want to know what you guys think. Wally is saying, well, as long as it's good, then it's all good. Knowing Danny Glover, damn sure knows comics. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I know he had a Deadpool anime series that got canceled. But no, he still is a good writer. I know he's working on a Mr. and Mrs. Smith project and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we're gonna be seeing what's gonna be coming out of these reports, though. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and if you guys are excited that this is gonna be turned to a movie, or is it just like a a false promise? The words of Hawkeye, just don't give me hope. Don't give me hope, man. Don't play with my emotions. And yeah, so if you guys think this is a bad move and just rather just have it stick to a series, let me know down below. What is that? I can see origins or how he got in the world of Jedi. Yeah, origin. I mean, something like that. But you know, yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see. But I'm just kind of just hoping that we just get better on from a studio's perspective of actually taking more proper care with these storylines. And when you have a good story and you feel like you have a good story to tell, then share it. But I don't think that my issue is not with Donald Glover's ability as a writer. It's more of the timing and the decision to make it as a film. I don't know. But yeah, said the picture. I thoughts on the Ahsoka episode. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be going into Ahsoka. Actually, right on cue, right now because I'm gonna be going into Ahsoka episode 5 right now, because I was saving that for the big one. This is Ahsoka, Shadow Warrior, and as you see in that tagline, oh my god. Oh my God. Guys, what did we just see? Well, what did we just saw on Tuesday? Now, for some of y'all, I had the privilege to see this in theaters, man. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that in episode 5 of Ahsoka, for some of you, you might have been reliving a childhood memory for some of you. I know, sure I did. I want to tell you the story of Jedi Mike 7 when he was only 11 years old. I was an 11-year-old boy, and they had a movie that came out. Movie that came out of the blue, an animated movie. That movie was Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Now, in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, I was just a fan, just like any of you of Star Wars and everything, but I was, matter of fact, let me change the background. I want to make sure I'm appropriate for doing it for this. Let me change the background for this. Boom. There we go. Y'all see it? Y'all see my girl in the back? Y'all see her? Yeah. I saw Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and I fell in love with this character, Ahsoka, who is basically Anakin Skywalker's Padawan. Now, this is a young girl, calling the chosen one, Sky Guy. She got a lot of hate, this character, from day one, right? And over the years, we have been sticking with her thick and thin through episode by episode, through the Clone Wars, through Star Wars Rebels, through a couple episodes of The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. And now we finally got her show. We never had the opportunity to see that stage of her in the Clone Wars as a young girl. But then, after almost 10 years, almost 12 years? Wait, so was it 2011? It's 2000. No, I was 11. It was 2009. So it's 2023. About almost 12 years. Almost 12 years. Can you believe it? In almost 12 years, guys, we finally got the live action Ahsoka. Look at this, y'all. We finally got it. We finally got it. I was losing my mind when I saw this. And this is the Ahsoka during the Siege of Mandalore. And I just got to give props to this girl right here because she has been making bank. She has been making bank since 2018. For those of you guys don't know, this little girl not only plays, young Ahsoka. She also plays young Gamora in Avengers Infinity War. And not only that, she was in now the highest grossing film of 2023 in Barbie. She was the daughter in Barbie. This girl has been in $2 billion movies. And now she's young Ahsoka Tano. Get your money. Get your bread. Get your money. Whoever your agent is, props to you. But not only did we get young Ahsoka, we got my boy Hayden Christensen come back. But the way he came back, y'all. This, finally, the Hayden Christensen as the chosen one has been complete. Guys, we have not only gotten Hayden Christensen come back as Darth Vader, we had him come back as Clone Wars Anakin. Now, mind you, some people had an issue with how he came back in Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't blame you. And some of the visual effects, wasn't looking good. At least it couldn't de-age him just a little bit. But I'll say 2 times the charm, because they got him right in this. But for me, and not only did they get him right, they got my boy Captain Rex, my favorite clone trooper. They got him. Voiced by Tom Morrison, the voice actor for Boba Fett, or the actor for Boba Fett, in live action Clone Wars. And this is my thing: physical armor. This is not no CGI gloss AI BS. This is physical armor. Physical armor. Real props. Clones. And they did it. Listen. Shout out to Dave Filoni. When Kathleen Kennedy, when she leaves, hopefully sooner rather than later, we get to have Dave Filoni come and helm Star Wars entirely, because he is the apprentice to George Lucas, Anakin Skywalker. But this shot right here, and there's many shots, this is just one of few I'm going to cover, is everything. It's everything. And for me, when I saw this, to me, it felt almost 12 years of fandom paid off. And not just like, crappy stuff like with The Force Awakens and, you like dangling keys in front of me like, oh, you remember this? No. It served the story for me. It served the story. This is Star Wars. This is Star Wars. Now, for some people, if you did not watch Clone Wars, I'm so sorry that this probably didn't have the same impact as you. But for me, this was everything. But before I get into the nitty-gritty of it, and I'm actually going to drop the link down at the end and ask you guys what your thoughts are. Please make sure to be respectful. Refrain from, any language and everything. I'm trying to also turn up my language too. Because now, making money moves now at this point. But yeah, I'm going to bring you guys up here, but and it's just in a second. But to me, in this episode was like paid off of 12 years of fandom. Dave Filoni, we trust. When you plan something like this for over 10 years, you know where the story is going. And I'm not gonna lie, like when we got through this journey of Ahsoka, I did tear up, because the final lesson that Ahsoka had to learn from her master Anakin, who never had the opportunity to finish her training, for obvious reasons. He said, your final lesson is to live or die. And the reason why I find it so powerful is because Ahsoka got a lot of complaints, especially with Rosario Dawson. She got a lot of complaints from from fandom saying that she's very stoic and not not really the Ahsoka that we remember, not really no life in her, her character, right? Not the personality of Ahsoka. But to me, I always thought this was because of what she had to go through for many, many years. This Ahsoka has gone through surviving the purge, the Jedi have to basically fight the clones that she was fighting with, going through losing loved ones, losing her own Padawan, losing, Ezra Bridger, Kanan, and trying to survive throughout the Jedi when the Jedi betrayed her, and while she was framed in the Clone Wars. This character has been through nothing but straight chaos and war. And what I find with her in this role that she is now is that, as with all of us as we experience life, is that we're jaded. That we're jaded as people. That when we were kids, young teenagers, or just young youthful kids, we had a lot of life in us, a lot of personality, a lot of fun, right? But then as we gone through the stages of life, we tend to get more hardened. Whether as maturity comes through, we become more hardened. And like, to me, when I saw Ahsoka was going through these trials, but not only just through her, but going through the trials, but going through Anakin, who also gone through trials himself, already been redeemed. This is beyond the Return of the Jedi. Is that he gone through his journey. Now he's able to, and what he has learned, what he experienced is being not only Anakin Skywalker, but Darth Vader. Telling Ahsoka, you have to live or die. And that the fact that, you come from a legacy of war and death and destruction, everything, but you're more than that. Because I'm more than that. Right? And to me, what I find so powerful with that, with Anakin, is that, he gone through obviously becoming Darth Vader and everything like that. And as you see a short I posted about, I think a day or two ago, was the last time that Ahsoka saw Anakin before the Revenge of the Sith and everything, is that this was peak Anakin Skywalker. This is Anakin Skywalker representing not just the light side of the Force, but balance. He is basically the father from the I forgot what was it called, the Morad, the father, the father, the daughter, and the son storyline from Clone Wars. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. But and when she got, as he was going through the trials of Clone Wars, basically saying, listen, Obi-Wan taught me that I had to be the keeper of the peace. But here I taught you how to be a soldier. In order for you to survive, you're gonna have to fight. And I think that's what something that she forgot, is that she lacked a sense of hope. As her character is, people, making comments, her, rolling her arms and everything, just her being jaded. And not, even also with Sabine, Sabine has experienced a lot of trauma and losing Ezra Bridger, losing her family. In which has been confirmed that her family of the Ren family is gone from Mandalore. So when she betrayed, or what you call betrayed, or gave, the map to well, I forgot, Balin, excuse me, is that, she's saying, I want to get Ezra. And then Ahsoka's like saying, listen, we might have to lose Ezra in this, whatever. Anakin is teaching something that the Jedi didn't fail to do. It wasn't that the fact that you had to reject your emotions, is to accept them, but you still have to continue on fighting. And I felt that if Anakin got the lesson that he gave to Ahsoka prior to Revenge of the Sith, we might have had different circumstances within the Star Wars universe. When, and this kind of goes into a more deeper thing, and I'll get into it, but like, I'm so happy for Hayden Christensen because he got a lot of flack for the prequels years ago when I was only a kid, right? Some of y'all, Revenge of the Sith was my favorite Star Wars movie of all time when I was a kid. And still is on one of my top favorites, Return of the Jedi is my favorite. But Hayden Christensen had an amazing opportunity that a lot of actors did not have. And I'm just so happy for him, the fact that you saw he was having fun with his character in this, when he was doing finally in terms of Clone Wars Anakin that we saw through animated series, voiced by another actor, but you finally saw that merger, like this is the same Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars. And I just love that the lesson that he was giving her, is that because she was feeling that I come from a legacy of death and destruction from Darth Vader, but you was like, no, I've gone through my trials and I've gone through it, but my son has redeemed me, and now I'm here to finish your training. And again, in the midst of war, midst of trauma, of frustration, whatever, we're going to become jaded people. But I love that this lesson that either we're going to live or we're going to die. Regardless, you're going to have to continue on fighting. And then at the end, which I loved at the fight that she was having with Anakin, which is a clear, almost look at her, almost turning to the dark side for a moment. You guys, your eyes get closed up, but I have a shot right here. But this was just, look at this, man. Come on. Look at this, man. But yeah, they got this right. They got this right. But saying he has a PhD. Yeah, I'm really saying this because I just want to hold down this point. Because to me, it just moved me a lot in this episode that I didn't expect it to. But last thing, we see, Ahsoka basically going through this, I call it baptism, where instead of, her coming in this as a gray person, she now goes from Ahsoka the gray to Ahsoka the white. And this is a shot of her at the end, finally being after her baptism, should I call it? She's now a more joyful character and actually been more free and filled to not rejecting that emotional side of her and acceptance. Like, listen, I'm gonna fight for life now. And at the end, there's a little bit of emotion she gave right before she got into the purple and they dipped into hyperspace and stuff like that. You saw her actually now becoming the Ahsoka that we remember from the Clone Wars, from Rebels. And finally, we get to see that side of her, which I'm so happy that we get to. But it takes time, which is why, as a fan base, you're going to have to understand that you have to let the story be told. I understand that we're in this very information age and that we want to have things now, gotta have it now. But when you let a story play out the way it needs to be, then you have a complete story. Then we actually can receive it and understand what the director and the writer is actually trying to tell, right? Instead of just saying, nope, I don't want this. This is boring. We ain't gotta wait 2 episodes until this, whatever. Yes, I understand pacing does matter, but and Dave Filoni we trust, but you gotta trust in the storytelling in this, that they're actually caring about giving you concrete storylines and not just throwing fan service like it's just some balloons and confetti and mess, but actually serving the story. That's why I'm saying shout out to Dave Filoni. But and I end off with this though, with a few things that we got through. Jason, who is Kanan's son, he able to hear Anakin and Ahsoka fight, which basically tied to him being force sensitive and stuff like that. But I did have some criticisms. For one, I did not like that in the Force that non-Force ability people can still hear things. Like I didn't understand why Hera actually had to hear, Ahsoka and Anakin, but yeah, it made sense if Jason did. But why she's not Force sensitive? But I understand the Force is in all of us, but I don't know. I just thought like that complicated just a few things. Like, how did she hear, Ahsoka and Anakin fighting with the lightsabers while they're in the water? I was kind of confused about that. But yeah, but no, she definitely leveled up though. But again, there's one shot I wanted to actually cover this, and shout out to the fact that we didn't get a full shot of Anakin, being Darth Vader, but we see him going tapping to the dark side. But this to me, I'll combat anybody on this. This is probably one of the best shots I've seen in Star Wars. Excuse me, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Boom. Look at that, man. That's one of the best shots I've seen in Star Wars. I don't care what anybody says. And the fact that we got transition from this to this. Come on. Come on. Come on, y'all. Yeah. That's to me where I felt like this was peak Star Wars to me. And definitely peak Anakin Skywalker. The fact that he did not, even though he wasn't fully Vader, in terms of in the suit and everything, that he's beyond that because he's not just the dark side. And I know we're confused because last week we heard Vader's theme in the background, but I think that was representing that he is who he was supposed to be, which is the balance. What's up? 1 second. I'm about to drop the link in here. I said, do they copy? Do they trailers too? Sign or some. In some cases they do. But that's why I'm not playing with Warner Brothers. They'll definitely copyright your mess. This is why I only just show pictures. I only just show pictures and stuff like that. But yeah. But yeah, I just make sure I just give you guys a good, imagery of that stuff, y'all. But I dropped the link in there. Anybody want to come on talking about any of the topics we covered? We'll be ending here about at 10 o'clock on the dot or so. Might a little bit after, but yeah, thank you, Gore. But shout out to Marcus in the building. Shout out to Marcus. Thank you for stopping by. I just want to address some of y'all comments here. Yeah, a brother of a certain age. Oh, wait, Lando's getting a movie. Yep, Lando's getting a movie. Lando is getting a movie. But yeah, guys, thank you, for sticking out by watching the show. Appreciate it. But yeah, I dropped the link. Anybody want to come up and talk about, the Ahsoka episode or anything like that? And anyone that want to come talk about it, whatever, or anything we cover, please let me know. But yeah, I just dropped the link in there for you guys. But it's actually a decent, do a good show. But I'm waiting to see Anakin and Darth Vader fight Ahsoka, and also Admiral Thrawn as well as Ezra Bridger. Now, okay, good point. Now, this is the thing that I think the beauty of this is that we only got this is episode 5. We got I believe 3 more episodes. 3 more episodes of Ahsoka. And we still haven't gotten to Grand Admiral Thrawn yet. And we haven't got to Ezra Bridger. We haven't gotten to the main villains of this show, right? Of Thrawn and Ezra. We haven't gotten but now, and what we've been told that after this episode, or at least at this point, make sure I get I see you, Marcus, in the back. Give me 1 second, man. Okay, there we go. Right here. So, yeah, so this is Ezra Bridger, and this is Grand Admiral Thrawn. Ezra Bridger is the young Padawan now Jedi that was trained by Kanan, who was a Order 66 survivor. They gone through Rebels and everything in the last like 4 seasons, and became a Jedi. He grew up with Sabine and the team and everything, but he sacrificed himself after he was trying to fight off Thrawn in a threat right before the events of I believe of New Hope, if I'm not mistaken. They're basically the events of the original trilogy, which is why Ezra and Thrawn was never to be seen during the original trilogy. But and we had the Purgle. Basically, capture the ship that Ezra and Thrawn were on and going through hyperspace and stuff, and then they dipped and then gone to a galaxy far, far away. And the question is, where are they? Well, we're going to find out on Tuesday, hopefully. Because we've been waiting almost several years for this to find the answer. Where is Ezra Bridger? Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn? We're going to find out very, very soon. But yeah, and I've been told that for any of the trailers that came out, we've only seen about almost 30 seconds of episode 5 through episode 6 through 8. So there's a lot of footage we have not seen yet. Everything we see in the trailers, we have seen at this point. We don't know what's coming, and I'm excited for this. But I'm gonna bring up Marcus of Mandalore. Hey, you hear me, man?
Yeah, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can, man. Long time no see. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Awesome. I'm glad you're doing this kind of streams, man, like always.
Appreciate it. Oh, and I got a lot of people coming up. Okay. I got Wally in the building. How you doing, Wally?
What's going on, Jedi? What's going on, everybody out there?
What up? What up?
Yeah, and I got the man, the myth, the ninja with no neck, Mandrell. How you doing? Man?
Shit.
Panel got lighter.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this episode was Mike. This episode was actually really good for my taste. Even because I'm hard. I'm a tough.
He don't
critic.
come in and say hello. He just jumped right in there.
You just jump right in. You just cut two people in front of you.
You all know me, and I know you.
Yeah, we get it. We get it, man, Joe. We get it. Go ahead.
Anyway, here's the part that got me though. If I did have a criticism, it's the fact that everyone is out. Well, why do we have to watch Rebels? You don't understand what's going on. Well, that's your fucking fault because you didn't watch Rebels. Shit. Okay. So anyway, it was awesome.
Language.
It's fantastic. This is what we want for stuff. Look, I said this last week. I think give this series to Filoni. And what's the other guy? The guy who did Iron Man as well.
Jon Favreau.
Yeah, Favreau. And Filoni. Give it to them. Call it a career. You got your directors and your writers. Those two gentlemen right there. Forget about Kathleen Kennedy. She has no clue what she's doing. If I do have a criticism, it is a fair one. It is a fair criticism that I have of this episode. You mean to tell me that Lady Tano, just like Rey did, like Rey, she gets one over on Luke fucking Skywalker? No. And in this one, Ahsoka Tano got the jump on Darth fucking Vader, the ultimate badass. I don't like how these characters have been hyped up over decades, and now we finally get them. And they've been watered down. She had no business beating him in a lightsaber fight. You should have told her, okay, go somewhere and get good at this because you're not there yet. He already told her that you're never too old to learn.
What?
He already told her that you're never too old to learn. You leave her something else to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up, but I don't think that wasn't the fight. That wasn't the message though.
Goddamn the message, Grey Pill. Listen,
Look at Grey Pill.
Goddamn the message, Grey Pill is Darth fucking Vader.
The message wasn't about the lightsaber fight. The message was for her to level up.
The message. I got the message. She didn't have to do that in order for me to get the message. I got the message before the last
Kathleen Kennedy.
They said Kathleen Kennedy nonsense. There's a fan film. Everyone, one of us on him saw it, where that they redid the Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan fight, and it was fantastic. Fantastic. So when fans are making better content that makes more sense than the actual people who are associated with the project, you have a serious problem. And my thing is, you don't hype these. We've been waiting 40 years, Grape Hill. You too.
I know.
You've been waiting 40 years to see what
I know.
Grandmaster Luke Skywalker can do. And what do they do with the character? Nothing. He died. And he
Okay,
did.
so
He
Mandrill,
died.
Mandrill,
Now this
Mandrill.
episode.
All right,
in his
Mandrill,
respect,
I would like to thank you. Thank you for giving your
You got to move
thoughts
on to other
on it.
people. I got it. I'll land my plane here.
No,
I thought we had an order. I thought we were going to go in order, but never mind.
I want you on the plane. I want you on the plane, but
He's
I
very
need you to be
passionate.
back
I
on
don't
coach.
blame him.
I need you to
Okay,
be back
got
on
it.
coach. I need to dress first class first because they.
Well, I'm in first class. That's why I went first. Fantastic episode.
What
Love
type of
everybody
shit?
for
Hold on,
that
what?
last week. Yeah. I'm in the cockpit.
License
I'm a
privilege.
co-pilot.
I don't know what is license privilege.
Fantastic
Okay.
episode, except for that last piece, her getting pulling one over on old Darth Vader. That's it.
Okay,
Jay
so
Takashi, I'm giving you a call tomorrow.
okay, all right. So I'm
About fucking time.
Thank you for
Can we
Jay
start cursing this
Takashi.
man's
Thank
platform?
you. Wait, what?
I said, can we start cursing this man's platform?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
thank you.
My
So,
apologies,
people.
brother.
Get it together.
so I want to thank Gray Pill and Jake Takashi jumping on the panel. But I wanted to give a shout out to Marcus right now. I know you came in first, but I haven't talked to him in a minute. But Marcus, just what are your thoughts on the episode of Ahsoka or anything that we covered about the Lando getting a movie, Aquaman, One Piece season 2? Which I know the anime guys. I want to bring you guys to talk about that, but we're on the topic of Ahsoka right now. But Marcus and Mandalore.
Mute Mandrill.
Yeah,
Huh?
I got
Mute
him.
yourself.
I got him. But yeah, I won't let the Marcus and Mandalore go. All right, the floor is yours.
First of all, this is the way. But
This is the way.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Shout out. Overall, it's a good show. I like it so far for what it is. I think the depth that they have added to it and the quality of the characters, the story itself. It's about time we had a decent show that gave, besides Mandalorian, it's justice. I think this is a character that people have been waiting to see, and interactions with other characters that we know throughout Star Wars lore. As far as I didn't watch the first 2 or 3 episodes. I just jumped into it when I heard a certain significant character, aka Anakin, was coming back, and I believe it was the 3rd or 4th episode, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the 4th episode.
And then I went back on my own and I watched it. So I'm caught up. And as far as like Aquaman, I haven't fully finished the first full trailer of it, but it's a way of wrapping up that DC universe. And then One Piece, I liked the anime when I watched it. I think that it deserved, it deserved its credit because it's One Piece on itself established itself as a great anime. And it's some story that people like. I think just like they like going on that journey. And you mentioned something else besides One Piece and Aquaman. I can't remember what else you said. Oh, was it? You're muted. But you're talking about Lando Calrissian?
Yeah, Lando. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it Donald Glover's? Is it?
Yeah, they're making Lando. They were supposed to be, they announced a Lando series, but they said that they're turning it into a movie. At least the reports from his brother, but then Disney confirmed it.
Yeah, I think overall, I think Donald Glover's an interesting cat. I liked him in Atlanta, and I liked him when he played in Tom Holland's Spider-Man as one of Miles Morales, I think, uncle. If I'm not mistaken, that's who he played in the movie. So I like his acting. I think it's interesting. It's Lando's always been one of those characters, very Jacques Cousteau, very the fresh, sleek guy. He also betrays the group later in a way, but shout out to Han Solo on that. But I think overall the show, I think it's good. I think where it's going, I'm still waiting to see Grand Admiral Thrawn show up because he is a big bad himself. People have been waiting to see him too, and Ezra. And I think it was cool for anybody who caught this last episode. the rebels, Rex and all of them, Commander Rex and all, and the teaser for, spoiler alert in case anybody probably saw it, but I thought that was dope. And then you saw the gear they were wearing as far as the clone soldiers and the clone army, stuff like that. So, and just that shot of Anakin walking away, and then you see him turn into Darth Vader. So that was crazy in itself.
Yeah. No, yeah, I really because to me I really like the clone troopers it was physical armor. It was no CGI and everything. Even when they had the Mandalorians, when the Mandalorians that were working with Maul, and their helmets and everything like that, it was physical armor. But I enjoyed the fact that they didn't take no shortcuts with the show. Like, yes, they blurred the scenery around, but it's still just giving this like war aspect of it. But man, it was finally just good to see Clone Wars physical armor and not just CGI crap, But but thanks, Marcus, man. I'm glad you came on the panel, man. I hope you're doing well.
Every time, you as well.
Yeah. But yeah, Wally, man, what's your thoughts, man?
As always, good show for explaining and breaking down these great and awesome, overall of comics, and then everything else within that time loop of it all, and also anime. My comments are going to come in with Orlando. This is my only thing, right? I think the only bad notch to the Lando thing is only going to be how they piece it together, where his journey starts and then how he gets connected to the Jedis. I think that would be like the trouble piece of it all, because of course, depending on certain Jedis, that would be more of a throwback scenery of the people that probably, God forbid, pass away already as it is within the TV series overall, or just the overall series of it all. So I think that would be the one like hard thing that they'll probably have to deal with. But other than that, I think it'll be pretty decent. Depending on how the series goes, I could probably see maybe this goes as far as season 2 or 3 at best. At best.
Well, you saying what, Ahsoka or Lando?
No, Lando. I think it'll go as that. That's how far it will go. Just knowing like who Lando is, like give or take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah. But thank you. Appreciate it. But
yeah, as far as anything else, One Piece, congratulations. You broke the God forbid anime curse that goes on within movies. Because boy.
Yeah, so like I know I'm because I didn't want to get to the anime aspect of it though, but because my wife is addicted to the show live action. Now we're trying to get her to the anime because I never I would never thought she would be into that, and I was watching with her, binging it, and now I'm trying to get onto the show, the actual anime and everything. But yeah, no, it was No, it was good. And they broke the curse. Now you have the next adaptation is Last Airbender coming out in mid to late 2024. So until only time will tell what they're gonna do with
I
that.
hope they do that justice. I swear.
Yeah, because I'm just saying.
I actually want to point that out to some guys. Avatar's not really an anime; it's just an animated project by America. More often than not, it's not anime at all. It's an honorary. Now, we as anime fans consider it honorary anime because of how the style looks and the Eastern, and the culture of it. But to me, I still call it anime regardless. So yeah, but I just want to always point that out.
So basically, not Japanese anime, but American-made anime.
But American, exactly, and probably the first one done right.
Yeah, because I didn't want to.
There's no such thing as American anime.
Well,
thank you, Mandrill.
God
Thank you.
Damn you.
Thank you.
You just can't let things be.
Well, Jedi Mike has skipped his turn, so I mean, he got the eject over ejection. I mean, let's go.
Yeah. But great pill, man. Just want to check out what was your thoughts on the show.
He's an AHSOKA fan.
And or just anything we covered today. But thank you for stopping the panel.
First of all, I'm a Star Wars fan overall. I'm not gonna wait until I see one particular person and then watch that episode, then run back and watch the beginning. That's just one thing. There's no jab at you, Marcus. Just pretty much a baby jab at Jay. But as far as the One Piece goes, I actually do have like my concerns with it. I think overall it was a good show. It did motivate me to go watch the other anime that this magically appeared on
Heresy.
Netflix.
Heresy. You
I
ever
had
watch
other
One
stuff.
Piece?
I had other. Oh my god! Why am I just
Silence,
cutting
sir.
my?
This man is talking.
Mandrill,
I had other
let
stuff.
Great Pill talk.
Always have
When
with the
One
Go ahead,
Piece
barbecue.
was
Great Pill.
out, it was other conflicting and controversial shows out compared to One Piece. Now people had
You out of your mind. It's the greatest written, most well-written show of all time.
Facts.
Of all time in anime.
I'll skip my turn to Jay. I got somebody to take care of real quick.
You get Tyrone Magnus to come up here and do your dirty work. That's what it is, Great Pill. You got
But yeah.
Tyrone Magnus to come up here and do your dirty work.
So, anyways, what happened?
Yeah, you didn't ask me about One Piece, and you know I'm the only One Piece fan on your panel. I'm a super fan of One Piece, actually. Ask Jay.
Same here.
We
That'll
all
be
know.
Jay over here too. That'll be Jay over here too.
So
yeah.
okay, so Mike, okay, so I'll make sure I got through everybody. Judikashi, did you give your thoughts on Ahsoka or everything?
Oh, I want Mandrill to go next, and I'll go last.
He already went. He already went.
Oh, he already went. Oh,
yeah.
He already went.
He went on his long symphony.
I ain't gonna lie, it was a good symphony though. I listened to music.
Yeah, it was fair. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. All the jokes. Listen, this show overall, this episode
I'm
did
free
not
now.
deserve
I'm
a
free
theatrical
now,
release.
sir.
I didn't understand that part, but it was a good episode.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
I'm still pissed at him for that 30-minute episode. I'm still kind of pissed at him for that because your series ain't long enough for that.
Testies 1, 2, 3.
Go ahead.
Okay. The Ahsoka episode overall, I thought it was good. I was a little bit like, it felt like a red flag to me for the first introduction of Anakin because of this CGI look. It was, for me, it wasn't 100%, but the more I watched it, it felt like it got more better with it because it had me actually go look and compare like how his development is, like, you know, full life flesh, what he looked like now compared to CGI. So they did a lot better versus the first. So overall, I have no complaints over the live action with Ahsoka. So bravo to them. The One Piece live, it motivated me to watch the anime. But I do have comparisons to the actual live versus the stories and events from the anime, because it's weird, like the island stuff, right? Everything on the live happened in the mansion versus everything actually really like the completion of it happened on the island when they was meeting the scaredy cat crew member. I can't remember his name, but that was just, thank you. So it's like little stuff like that had me compare all the time. So for the missus, I'm speaking up to Mrs. Jedi Mike. I would suggest for her just to watch the movies first. Kind of give like extra fillers in, and then she can go and take the time out and watch the actual series. Because like I think the first season's like 61 something episodes for like the first season. Then after that, it just goes down. Like if anybody remember the old. Yeah, they got all the movies on Netflix, and then they got the actual series from the first one. But the series actually kind of bulk up everything from like how like this season right here for the first one pretty much it sums up everything from the anime movie. And then even though the series from the anime actually took like longer to try to get to the point. So that's why I would suggest for Mrs. Jedi Mike, like, hey, watch the movies, then go watch the anime. So she get her like kind of more of a better idea of it versus, you know, from there. For the Aquaman thing, I'm not, you know, I feel like how Warner Brothers do it. I think they're just trying to appease and reach out to another type of audience. Me personally, I would just rather have them do the part where like, hey, there's Aqualad, than them do like a little team up like that. Either just do more of like a solo for him, just show more of his strength, because even on the first one, he did more of a team effort, which I thought would pretty much suck. But I know the Aquaman I know from the Justice League series, he's pretty much a badass in his own. What else we're missing? but I will say this: I am glad they got rid of Amber Turd, so she is gone completely. So may she frolic somewhere else with her turdness. uh, Aquaman, and what else? Jedi.
Lando.
Oh, I'm with Wally on this one. I 100% agree. I feel like just the fact that he's a great actor, great rapper, great freestylist, great director, great producer. Anything he's put his hands on, he just dives on in it. So I do believe there might be like a 1-2 season, but I will throw this caveat to Wally. I think I do agree because of the fact of he's a celebrity and a high status one, but I also think that they might do a 1 or 2 season only because the way the Star Wars and the story been going from this one, they would kind of cut it short just to fill the gaps in for other stories with Star Wars, like they did what's his name, Boba Fett. Like everybody kind of like myself personally, I wanted more Boba Fett, but they kind of the way they did it was like, okay, we're gonna do a one and done and just leave like that. And I don't think and I think Jedi kind of confirmed it last time that they're not doing no more Boba Fett, which is sucks.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
That show sucked though.
No, the show was good. They just dragged it out the first season. Also, I'll make announcements since I'll leave like this on. I'll pass it on to Jay, whoever.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You say?
Okay, first of all, shout out to Greg Hill for the Ahsoka because I'm glad he's showing her some love. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, exactly. She needs it. She needs it. Like for real. Like she's been like an underdog from the beginning, and she got a great character development. So why not? And she was trained by the baddest ass Jedi, Jedi ever, which is Darth Vader. So
I'm confused. There's a rivalry. Wait, I'm confused. There's like a rivalry going on here that I'm unaware of.
I didn't know. I mean, it's new to me if it is one. I just know there's a lot of Siths in these YouTube streets. I knew Mandrill once, so I'm not really upset with Mandrill because it makes sense why he's a fan of Darth Vader. But I've been coming across. Okay, no problem. But I've been coming across other people in the spaces that saying like they're Siths. They only watch Ahsoka because they're hardcore Anakin fans. I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, I'm literally finding Siths everywhere. So with that being said, I'll land the plane with I'll pass it on to Jedi Mike. Red Lipstick Vibes is back with a smoke show, so I'll be trying to work on the smoke for Star Wars Jedi versus Sith and Ahsoka conversation. And
you lost in the Superman versus Flash debate, so why don't you even do that anymore?
Oh, here we go.
Jedi, can I talk about One Piece now?
Wait,
no.
Can I talk about One Piece now?
Yo, I like
let me get what Jay Takashi
has to say.
Jay Takashi and I are going to do an entire stream about this.
Thank you. I was just going to announce that. Thank you, Mandrill. So now I don't have to waste my breath with that now. Thank you. Okay.
I dropped your link, so that's a fast wave right there.
Yeah, we might. Actually, Mandrill, if you're not busy, we can do that tomorrow, actually, because I'm not doing anything besides after 7.
Okay, cool.
Okay, first of all, shout out to Jedi Mike, an incredible show. I always support this brother behind the scenes. I'm freaking Ghost Rider in this bitch. But pardon my French. But yeah, it is what it is. First of all, Ahsoka is I love the series. I love how we got some backstory with her and Vader. That makes me really happy. That's literally out of the Clone Wars animated series, which is probably the best Star Wars animated series there is. I don't care what anyone says. That was freaking awesome. I still like the original 6 though. That's still one of my favorites. Original 6 still hits. Now the Aquaman. Yeah, I'll talk about Ahsoka a little bit more. I do love seeing what's my man? Is his name Christian Hayden? Is that his name? Hayden Christian. Okay, yeah. It sounds like his name is backwards. But Hayden did a good job whenever he came back, and of course it is like basing on Ahsoka, like training her to be stronger, and also just the backstory we got with her. So I really do love how they incorporated him in there. I think it was so it was Christian Hayden? Thank you. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, great episode. Good series. And I can't wait to see more personally. Cause I kind of like this a little bit more than Mandalorian, just a little bit, depending on how it all ends. It is better than Obi-Wan, which thou shall not be named, but yes, like very good. To the Aquaman 2, James Wan is James Wan. He'll make it entertaining. The water looks amazing under with the CG. He looks really, really good. Uh, I love how Black Man is getting pushed personally. With the Black Triton, the whole thing they're doing with that off the trailer, what we saw, because I watched the trailer like twice, just so I can analyze. I had to do that. need to analyze Jedi.
It's always that one bringing making a black man black. Always that one, man.
Black Manta has the Black Triton, don't you know? I'm just saying. I mean, Great Pill. I mean, clap it up for Black Manta. Actually, that's an improvement of the suit. She looks like the actual comic book accurate look now. Oh, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
They updated.
I seen better. I think I seen better.
Not that first. I don't think that first one was all that, but this looks like this is a definite improvement over that one.
Like, what's that stuff on his hip? Like, they trying to like make his tushy bigger or wider. Like, what are they doing that for? Like,
That's
is
his
it
fault.
gear he's gonna be
Why are
using?
you looking down there? Why you
Bruh.
looking?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Mandra. Look, not Mandra, but Great Pill. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, like why is it?
Wrong.
Was it? It's an extra unit or something we don't know about?
So wrong.
I don't know. It might
Unless
be
it's like some
weapons that
type
he
of
carries.
shield or something, or it's holding some gear. It looks so wrong. Though.
Exactly,
Yeah, I'll probably
Wally.
say
The
it's
only
only- I'll
gear this
probably
man
say
be
it's only
using is
gear.
the eye beams and what's on his gauntlets. That's all he be using.
You might want to pack
like I
some
said.
sandwiches in there.
Like I said, I might. Like I said, it might be more. Other than that, I mean, hopefully it's not as bad as people will make it out to be, as like the early reports. Yeah, dude, I fuck with the newer one. I'm sorry. I mean, I would fix that second one.
Yeah, because the other one looks like he's got a big backpack or a jetpack in the back.
Now look,
And the
Yeah,
other
that was
what's
goofy.
the
Other one,
first
he just had
one?
a big ass-
What's the first one? The son, or the first one was the father in this suit?
The
right
first
now?
one was the son. The father died in the beginning of the first
My
one.
father died in the
Yeah,
beginning.
Yeah,
He
but
died.
yes,
but
and
didn't the
yes,
father
he does
not
have a
the
big
suit?
jetpack on his back.
Okay,
No,
that's
But
what
it's a
I'm saying.
prototype.
Father never had a suit.
It was
Okay,
a
No,
prototype.
wait, it's still a jetpack.
Okay, I understand the whole.
This
point.
gives
That's
me
what I'm
this-
saying. Okay,
this
but look,
this
but that
this
suit on the
this
left,
gives
that
me
was the son,
Injustice
right?
vibes though. This Injustice.
It does.
The
It looks
game.
just like that motherfucker.
I
He's got the
agree.
build. He's got the build. He's got the gear.
I don't know what Great Pill has an obsession with the thigh pads, but whatever.
Yeah,
That's
the
my
thigh
dude,
pads are a little
Marcus.
sus. But I've always liked Black Manta. I do. The
Yeah,
one
me
on the
too.
left is from
I always have.
the first movie. This one here is from the second one. Clearly, the first suit was a prototype suit.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
that he
that's supposed to
retrofitted and
look
put
as good.
together himself with
Correct.
different parts of Atlantean tech. And I guess in this one he's gonna find the Black Trident and do something with it. I don't know what he's gonna do with
Right.
it. I don't know, but
Exactly. It's gonna amp him up to probably the Aquaman levels and beyond, probably just because it'll give Aquaman actual challenge. Instead of just fighting his brother, which is Atlantean, where this might actually give him an edge over Aquaman, which I would personally like, just so Aquaman needs to struggle.
me
and actually
too.
have a full-on fight. Because honestly, once that motherfucker got that train in the first movie, he just like coasted. He coasted everybody.
Now look, I
Just
don't know
coasted.
about y'all, but this is the thing that makes it so weird to me. If the Black Trident was always in there, like always in the deep seas of Atlanta, then why in freaking Aquaman's brother got it?
He got arrested.
Well, before that, he even knew about it. Okay.
Oh, okay, here's the thing.
No. I'm
Here's-
just making
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I'm just making sure.
I got you. See, Wally
He said
has
he
a
got
point.
arrested.
Wally has a point, but here's the thing, Wally. He thought that the one that Aquaman has was a legend. Everyone thought it was a myth and lost to time and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. It
if
was
you
a
get well, if
bedtime
that was a
story.
myth, then the black one has to be a myth too. Again, I know I'm thinking for him, Wally. That's probably not what they're gonna say because the writers are stupid and they don't have the good sense to cover that up. And therefore, Wally's correct. It doesn't make any sense. If you knew that these artifacts were out there, while there was no effort put
Hey,
into
I'm
going to
just
get
saying.
them.
I'm just
From the
saying, my
get-go.
thing is,
Right, I
since
will
the
say this,
brothers
if
had
it
a
was- if it's
rivalry,
titled
right?
The
Like
Lost
the brother,
Kingdom.
like second brother had a rivalry with his older brother. You would think he would go after it first and then challenge him with this.
Well, he was already king
Well,
of Atlanta, so
well,
he didn't
I'm
need to
just
get
saying.
anything.
I'm just saying.
Let me
Well, Jada,
me
go
explain.
ahead, Jedi. I
So,
want you to go. It's
You
your-
need to get like a gavel or some shit, Jedi, like a judge or some stuff, like
Or
Judge
you can just
Jedi.
start talking, Marcus.
no, I,
Now that's a gavel.
That's it, time out. Guys, let's all calm down, yeah? We're all worked up. Let's all just like chill the F out.
Best TV series.
Yeah, shut up, Marcus.
so
I
I'll
hate
just
this
say
guy.
that with the Aquaman Trident, the one, the yellow one here. I think was let me get that image. That one was guarded by the Kraken, so anybody who came through was dead. right? So never, and the only person that could have gone through it is either King Atlantis himself or Arthur Curry, who had the powers to communicate the telekinesis thing, right? That's why
Right,
he
of
was
his
able to get it.
grandfather.
Other than that, that has been lost for many, many years. That trident has been lost many, many years.
Right.
He just ain't, and Orm only had his father's trident and everything, so he didn't need it. And he was royalty,
Right.
not like he's trying to get, he was trying to kill his brother and all that stuff like that, but he didn't need, like, he didn't expect, and he broke his brother's trident, which was his mother's. So
Thank you, Jada.
so so
Nigga
that was
was
the reason
king.
why that the artifact, whatever, like it might have existed but wasn't relevant at that point. And plus, when you look from the looks of it, what you're seeing in this trailer, that trident is cursed, because we do see Black Manta in here not looking too good, or at least
Yeah, he looks like he has possessed green eyes. Like it actually
like
has
looking like he's possessing MS. So yeah.
And I'm gonna guess that it's fueled from his hatred, and also it's gonna have some kind of like looming presence over him. But I think it's gonna feed off his hatred, which he generally does have hatred for Aquaman, which still I think is personally stupid because his dad technically killed himself. I always go back to that. I don't care.
If you forgot, technically, couldn't Aquaman not protect his father, but he didn't choose to?
No, he chose to leave that motherfucker there because of Nate.
That's what I'm saying. But
remember I told you
that's
he
the
shot the
fuel.
ship and hurt and effed
that's part of the
himself
fuel.
up. That had nothing to do with Aquaman unless he like threw the tank at his
that
ass.
doesn't mean Aquaman
But,
couldn't have saved him, at least.
But no, he could have, because he can lift anything up. Water makes him stronger.
And
they
this
were
is what
under
I'm
a
basically
submarine.
saying. He could have
So,
saved.
yes.
He could have took the tank off his father and let him rescue his father. And
Yeah,
the
he
fact that he
could've.
did it, that's the reason why that's the part of the fuel.
No, he's guilty by not helping, not intentionally killing the nigga. That's on that dumbass old man. Pardon my French again, Jedi. But but all in all, like I said, I think it's not that he don't look too good. It's just that the Triton's having a dominant will over him. That's from what I'm saying. Like I said, he needs to look like he's aging or his skin is effed up.
Yeah. I will say this,
but he looks possessed.
I will say Easter egg for y'all. So this is Michael Beach, the actor that plays Black Manta's father. Now, fun fact. Michael Beach actually voiced Black Manta before in the.
Is it Young Justice?
No.
Oh, in Justice League.
Oh,
yeah.
I know what
He
you're
voiced
talking
Black
about.
Manta.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep,
Easter egg
that's
for
him.
y'all there.
Nice.
So yeah, he voiced.
Nice.
Yeah, so he voiced him.
Nice, yeah.
I actually hate that design of him.
But see, I've always liked Black Manta.
But here's the thing, though. This is not considered Black Manta.
It's not Black
because
Manta.
it's actually in the show he was referred to as Devil's Ray. They couldn't use the name-
Devil's Ray.
They couldn't use the name Black Manta for like copyright issues, whatever. So what they did was, okay, so we're just gonna change and make it look like it's Black Manta, but have him be voiced by Michael Beach, but even though it's under a different name. So yeah, that's the Easter egg for y'all.
Nice. Now, Black Manta in Young Justice was the shit. He was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Black Manta in Young Justice was awesome. No one makes a. No one. I think there's like. He said, "No one makes a slave of Black Manta and lives." He said, "No one guarantees the life of Black Manta." He said, "Black Manta guarantees that himself," and pulls a gun out on him on Black Beetle.
Right.
Like he did not step down to anyone. He bowed down to no one. Black Manta. I was like, yes.
I mean, that's kind of
what
the
I'm
Black
talking about.
Adam character right there. Is what you're talking about. But yeah,
You guys are also forgetting that Black Manta. We was in those DC animated movies too. I think it was like what?
King of Atlantis. Throne of Atlantis. That one.
And I think he was in the Flashpoint Paradox one too.
Yeah, he's in Flashpoint. He didn't last that long though. He didn't last that long.
He didn't last that
I
long.
like
Yeah,
it.
he was just there for like to look pretty
I like
for 1
it.
second and get messed up.
I would like to say this. I would like to say this before everyone. It is official and announced that Netflix has ordered season 2 of the live action One Piece, and depending on the success of season 2, they're gonna order 5 more seasons together.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay, well,
yeah,
the 5
One Piece
seasons
live
is
action.
brand
It wasn't. I was expecting it to
One
be
Piece live
absolutely terrible, but it wasn't terrible
we
at
both
all.
were. We
I was
both
even pleased
both
with
were.
the liberties that they took with it. The liberties that they took with it.
You're still going to be on these panels. It don't matter.
What?
I was pleased with the liberties they took with the show. Like some stuff that happens later in the show, they brought to this first season. Like when Garp picks up a cannonball and throws it at their ship, and he threw the cannonball faster and harder than the cannon
Mach
shoot
1
them.
speeds, and listen, that's for us. Like
That
me
was
and
in the
Andrew,
anime.
who actually know the series more than newbies. Like it was actually stated in the very well.
Hey, I got a question though. Would they use his brother? Because like I said, it was a lot of stuff that I was trying to compare to the live action. Like it was one about his brother passed away. All the abilities he was slowly learning. Like I know they're not gonna throw everything in there, but if go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I want to ask Greg. I want to help you out, Greg Pill. You saying like you're talking about the Ace stuff, like his brother. You said they're gonna do stuff with him.
Simple stuff. Like they're gonna mention his brother because the only person they really mentioned,
of course, they're gonna have to.
Was the guy that quote unquote he thought of as his father figure that gave him the hat, and then they mentioned him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so they're. I mean, without spoiling anybody, so God. All right, I'll dance around it.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, don't worry. I've learned how to dance around stuff. But yes, his brother, his two other brothers are important to the story. You won't get the third brother until the time skip. Well, with Ace, they will bring him up because when we get to Alabasta, hopefully that second season, if I'm not mistaken, it should be Lowtown and then freaking Alabasta should be the first really big arc. Is when they talk. No, when he talks about him, and then when he gets introduced. Because he's in there for a good portion of the arc. So yeah, because you get to know everything about him, and then after that they separate. So if they do everything correctly, he'll be in there in season 2. Which
okay, I appreciate that.
He's a fan favorite. He's a fan favorite of everybody.
Yeah, because I was yeah, I appreciate that because I know it was a lot of the outfits too that Luffy was wearing. The movies, like he had like a little you see the red vest, but he had like a hoodie with it, so I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, the hoodie. Yeah. Okay, that's actually one critic. I gotta let everybody know this. Even Great Pill needs to know this. And a lot of these animes that you watch, these motherfuckers wear the same shit for throughout the whole entire damn series. The one thing I like about the live action of One Piece that they made this motherfucker change his clothes. Thank God. That was irritating me. That irritates me out of anime to no end. Like y'all niggas just wear the same shit every day. Like seriously.
What do you expect?
I expect motherfuckers to change their clothes. How about that?
Right. And how much times have we watched anime and we've seen people wear the same clothes? Literally.
You said how many times have I watched it?
Like no, I'm saying across the
board.
Like,
almost to the majority of them, but I can name series where they've changed clothes like literally maybe every arc. But they stay the same for the most part.
For the most part, but they did change clothes a few times. Like I guess season 2,
like Luffy just changed color shirts.
Yeah, they're gonna have my boy Smoker in season 2 because you saw him at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
He takes one of his cigars and burns it. I said, "Thank you. You got Sanji smoking cigarettes, and Smoker's got his cigars." I'm like, "Thank you."
Got 2 of his cigars.
Yeah, 2. Yeah. Now here's the thing. Here's what I want to see in season 2. When they get to Log Town, I want to see all the shenanigans, including the Buggy shenanigans. When Buggy actually captures Luffy. People forget that. Buggy actually kicked Luffy's ass in when they were in Logging Town, captured him, and was about to kill him until Dragon saved him. I want to see Dragon. And did you see the backstory when they show in the episode 1 where they showed the execution of Gold D. Roger? Okay.
Yeah, and they actually showed.
Yeah, they showed like Mihawk when he was young. You saw all the young big characters. They're there. Just like in the anime, when you saw when they show the recap, Gecko Moria was there, Don Flamingo was there. You know what I'm saying? Crocodile was there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody, like all the big names.
I think Dofi was there too. Dofi was there too. Dofi was there too.
Who was? Luffy?
Doflamingo.
Oh, Dofi. Yeah, that's what I said. Doflamingo was there.
Yeah,
Smoker,
sure.
there he is. That's my guy. I love Smoker. Okay. I love Smoker. Now, he and Luffy have this big rivalry as far as the Marines. He's Luffy's big rival as far as the Marines versus the pirates. Like, now here's the thing. Luffy's grandfather, Garp, who you saw all throughout season 1 of the live action, Garp is that guy in the Marines. He is that dude. Okay? The Yonko, to all the pirates out there, the Yonko, or the Emperors of the Sea, they're monsters. To every pirate on the sea, they're absolute monsters. And when you see them fight, you understand why. Yeah, those are absolute monsters. Now, Garp, Luffy's grandfather, he's a monster to them. He's a monster to this monster described Garp as a monster. And when you see Garp cut loose, when you finally see it, you understand why. You're like, yeah.
See, this is the thing I didn't like, Andrew, because like the fight against the guy with the one hand axe on the live one, everybody stepped in to try to beat him, but then on the anime, Luffy beat him 1-on-1.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I want to talk about that with you because we were talking about it in our stream. Because I actually want to point out there's a lot of shit they cut out.
There is
with the live action.
a lot.
They wanted to get to the point and not drag that shit on. There's a reason why Usopp's arc is a lot shorter than it actually is, and I'm actually glad. Personally, I'm glad to cut that shit out because some of that shit is shenanigans. Let's just keep it a fucking buck. Fake ass fucking Michael Jackson.
A lot of the filler. You talking about Django? Django's awesome, but they had Full Metal. They had Full Metal. Do you remember when they first got to Baratier, the restaurant? Look at when they first get there, and there's a fight breaks up. There's Full Metal. The guy with the metal knuckles.
Sanji whoops his ass.
Yeah, Sanji beats him up. Yeah. Now they need Django. And listen, I wanted them to keep Django. Django's hilarious. Jay. He's hilarious. He always moonwalks everywhere he goes, Grey Pill. So he's moving backwards everywhere he goes. He constantly moonwalks.
He's another one-off Michael Jackson.
He is, and he's hilarious. And he tries to hypnotize people.
Oh, to Grey Pill, since he watches Demon Slayer, the main villain looks exactly like Michael Jackson too.
Listen, Django's that dude, man. He's hilarious.
He looks just like that nigga.
But they cut him out of the show. They might bring him later.
I ain't gonna lie, that's the one that kept me because I know like somebody did like a whole skit of it on I kept sharing it on Instagram story.
Mm-hmm. I know
they have him do the moonwalk and flip. Yeah, that's the most funny thing I've ever. Yeah,
hilarious. Exactly.
Yeah.
but overall, like I said, I think this actually broke the curse, and I'm actually glad because I was like, oh, if they fuck this up, just don't ever do it again. But like this is a start. This is the start to some good things right here. So I'm just glad how they incorporated it, the story, to try to get to the point and actually get you invested in some of these characters, and the actors did a really good job given what they were given. Funny enough, my partner said he don't like Usopp. I can't understand why he wouldn't like him either, because he really didn't do anything. He's less annoying now, but with what we were given. I'm actually glad they did a good job. I mean, I hope the fights get a little bit better. Personally, for me, the only one I wasn't liking is when episode 1 where everybody was kicking ass, which was Nami, Zoro, and freaking Luffy when they all fight in that freaking yard, like literally in that field yard where Zoro was hung up. That's probably my favorite episode to this day. I'm like, dude, they're actually kicking ass right now. This is cool. Yep, best episode ever. Episode 1, y'all. And not to mention when he was in the bar and he beat the shit out of all these Marines. They actually got an actual martial artist actor to actually be Zoro, and I was like, "Thank you. You cannot fuck him up. You fuck him up, you'll piss off a lot of fans." But more often than not, the person that actually pleaded to, if you guys didn't know, the guy that wanted to do the live action One Piece for Netflix, he actually talked to the actual creator Ichiro Oda. And this was 3 years ago, because I don't know if you guys know, nobody's a part of the anime community or One Piece community, but I used to watch a lot of streams. And the guy that made the petition to make a live action One Piece was on that stream, and he talked about his interview with Oda, how he had convinced Oda to tell him like, I want to actually adapt your actual series into a live action, and with your permission, can we get the rights to actually use these characters and actually bring it to real life. And when I heard that, I thought this is ludicrous idea 3 years ago when I heard this. Now that we're finally here and everybody's seen it and it's gotten good publicity, it's funny. It wasn't Naruto and it wasn't Bleach, but it was One Piece to break the fucking curse. So I was like, hey, they did a really good job given what they were given. The only thing I'm gonna worry about, and I think Grandpa should be worried about this a little bit too, and Mandrill, how the hell are they going to do 2020 Chopper? A CG freaking raccoon.
Yeah, that was one of the drawings that he made. I don't know who that is. Like,
you said that's one of the drawings that he made?
In the teaser trailer, that they had like a little monkey or raccoon or something with like a big hat.
Oh yeah. He's a reindeer. Reindeer. Yeah, he's a.
They might just leave him out then, because technically he was there like now.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Westbrook, I
Yeah,
hate
he's
you,
a
but you're right. Because
That
because the
part.
thing is, because here's the weird thing with Chopper. Because I tell people, Chopper is just the tip of the iceberg of weird stuff you are going to see. Because, like I said,
correct.
but here's the thing. So he has multiple transformations, Jedi. So he can look cute and fuzzy walking up straight on two legs. Then he can be like a real reindeer, and then he can be like
Yeah,
the
he a
Hulk.
bulk. Yeah, he look like
It's crazy.
reindeer with steroids.
That's
Like he
crazy.
just you know what? Here's a perfect example of him, right? He looked like Master Roshi with the turtle shell until he go 100%, and then he's 100% with the hat. He just all pumped
Right.
up. He looked like Master Roshi pumped up at 100%.
Jedi, you gonna be okay, bro?
Uh,
I didn't mean to scare you, bro.
But you know what's crazy? Chopper's like the most scariest thing out there until he actually started fighting.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, yeah, man. Because my friend, he said he was trying to get into the series, and I told him, I said, go as far as Chopper, and if you can handle him, then I think you'll be okay. If you can't, you might as well stop.
Yeah, Chopper's pretty cool. Like I got the I
Man.
learned to love. I really have no issues with Chopper. I love to learn. I love all the it'll be seriousness and some little jabs, like kind of side conversations back and forth as they still progress with the story. Like I
Right.
said, I haven't watched the series yet, so I just been watched the movies with the brother passing, him doing his little training to get stronger, him going
Hmm.
against like the major guy that just broke out the government prison, and the government all got together to try to take
Oh,
him
the One
out.
Piece 2 ID. Oh, that you need to
Yeah,
watch that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
a that's a
So
one. That's a good one to watch.
yeah,
Because
that
Luffy,
was really and I kept trying to keep it up to the timeline because it was like 2014, 15. So I'm trying to keep it in order. So I've
yeah.
been on that route. So right after that, I'll be on
All right,
the
great too.
season.
Putting that fucking watch time work.
Yeah, man,
God
I'm a
damn.
Okay.
binge king, man. A
So
binge king.
yeah, so I'm about to end the show. But I just want to give everybody just final thoughts there, just before I end the show. But I
Yeah,
appreciate you guys for
okay.
just stopping by.
I'll make this real quick. So again, Rebel Stick Vibes is back with a smoke show. I know she was active before. I just didn't have time.
Shout out to Red
Promote my
Lipstick.
other channel. Unfortunately, everybody swear, you're not supporting me. You're not supporting. Yeah, I hit the likes and the thumbs up and all that good stuff. Nobody don't need to be there. Be on your channel to support you. There's 50 other ways to do it. So there you go. But
This is
with
true.
that being said, Red Stick Vibes is back for the smoke show. So shout out to her. I will be hosting another one. I don't know when, but I will keep I love this vibe. Like us fellas having a conversation. So I appreciate Mandrill, Jitakashi, Wally, Marcus, and Jedi Mike always getting together to have these type of conversations because that's a whole nother side of what I like to do. But I will be trying to host a conversation of this typical conversation, just to Ahsoka Star Wars, and try to get like a I guess a bridge the gap. I really don't even care. I just don't. I just hate Sith, but just kind of have a conversation with if there's Siths on. Siths, Jedi, and just have the conversation, just let it flow from there. So
Sis.
that's my thing. So appreciate you, Jedi, again for doing the conversation. Definitely appreciate the conversation from the other panels, just to show like, hey, I can separate from this and have a conversation at the same time. And I know you personally was on that end of the fence, down in the deeps, but you actually showing you can actually separate from that too. And it just amazes me every time. This is why I always say mental health is a real thing. People just don't know how to jack. Even same thing with Mandro. I have to give his flowers. Like when he goes now, he just like, look, I just don't take people that seriously no more at all. I do what I do. I joke around. I laugh. Still give some knowledge. If you can't take it, oh well. I move the crap on. You know what I'm saying? So it's just good to have really well balanced people when they have conversations outside of this right here. This is right here just like a good fun conversation. People's a fan of the comics. Everybody's bringing in their knowledge of wealth. Like I said, I can't never not, and it's just facts for me. I can't never say I know more than Jedi Mike when I actually see Jedi Mike go deep and hard on the anime, manga, and all that stuff, and sharing a lot of wealth of conversation and knowledge with that. And it is fun to hear those stuff from y'all guys, Mandrell, Jedi, Wally, Marcus, y'all perspective. So I appreciate your guys for that. So, and I'll leave it like that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. But make sure, I know my wife just put the link to your channel and everything. Make sure you subscribe to the Great Bill Podcast. I'm just going to give a highlight on the content creators first, and then I'll get everybody else. So, JD Kashi, just want to give your final thoughts, man, and where people can find you.
First of all, I want to shout out to all my recent subscribers. Lately, thank you guys for helping me get to 6K. I really appreciate it. Also, shout out to my man Jedi. Like seriously,
Okay,
guys.
big dog.
Like, well. Yeah, thanks. I mean, like I said, I still got work to do. Like I'm, it's just
Wait,
just
what
getting
the hell
started,
just
personally.
happened? What that sound effect?
He said big dog, and then everybody shut up. I was like, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah,
But
he just hit 6K. There you
seriously,
go.
yeah, but to Jedi Mike and everybody, please subscribe to this brother's channel, man. This is an intelligent brother that's freaking putting in work and actually loves comics and freaking live actions and manga and anime like myself. And y'all not showing enough love to me personally. Like, come on, man. Like, spread the freaking content all around. Put it around so people can see the video, dude. There's no
Hey Jay,
reason.
don't say that when he blow up like these other old channels back in the day, back in 2010. Everybody, hey, Jedi, can I come on? Shout out to was it Tortuga, and them for the was it the online gamer guy? If anybody remember that one, that was out for like 10 years. It took a break, came back up, and blew up again. So
I blew up again.
it's it's gonna be one of them things, man. So that's what I'm saying. Stay close to the hip slash making a joke with Marcus with the hip pads to Jedi Mike.
The thigh pads, yeah, that's funny, bro. I'm remember that when I go to sleep. That's gonna be funny, bro. But no. But all in all, man, like I said, subscribe to this man's channel. Literally check out his content, and also, like I said, to all the brothers out there, show somebody some love, respect, and also share his content. It always helps. Always helps. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to Wally. Shout out to AHSOKA, aka Great Pill over here. He's a big lover and supporter of that show. So am I. Shout out to Darth Vader Mandrill over here. I find it funny. AHSOKA and then Darth Vader. It's fucking hilarious. Mandrill, shout out to his channel, The Big Picture. Check out that man's content. He has really good content over there. And they talk about being healthy, which a lot of humans need to start doing. Unless you don't want to drink clean water, get away from me. Mandrill knows. But all in all, listen, check out to Jedi's fiance or wife. Are you married now, Jedi? Married now? Oh, that's what's up. To Tamika out there. If you ever want to check out any particular animes, go to my channel. I have a group of me and my guys on our podcast. You know, me, Jericho, and Zeno. We actually do a podcast almost every 2 Sunday. I mean, every 2 Sundays, and we actually talk about the anime that's coming out, and we also we talk about specific genres too. That's going to be another thing that we're going to start doing because we actually want to help new people get into certain series, especially action series. So that includes things like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, all those. And Attack on Titan's coming back, so we definitely gonna be talking about that. That's gonna be a freaking like maybe a 2-hour conversation. But other than that, guys, subscribe to my man Jedi. All these cats here, they're wonderful people. And I'm about to have me a drink tonight because tomorrow's my day off. Enough said.
All right, man. Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I put your I got your channel link right here. Shout out to you, man. Mandrell.
Finally quiet. Damn.
Here's the thing. Okay, shout out to all the One Piece fans out there. God bless you, and he will, because you're a One Piece fan. I've been a One Piece fan for over 20 years now. I've been on this since Romance Dawn, the manga. Okay, if people don't know what the Romance Dawn in the manga is, it's the very first arc of One Piece. Period. Since the late 1990s, I've been a One Piece fan, so I've been enjoying it. And it is the most well-written story in manga history or in anime history. It is the character development, the world development, fleshing out all the characters, fleshing out all the world building and everything, all the intricate political things that's going on in that world. So the tone of the show has really the story has really changed from what it used to be. Something that was kind of silly and fun to something that's, if you ask Jay Sakashi, he'll confirm this, something that's actually gotten quite dark. Like it's dead serious now, that show. It is dead serious. Like people are getting knocked off. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't coming back. Serious. You know what I'm saying? So it's gotten quite dark, to put it lightly, and the tone of the story has changed for the better. Shout out to Bartholomew Kuma. If anyone's read the last manga chapter, good brother, Bartholomew Kuma, man. Hopefully you're not resting in peace. I can't say RIP. Hopefully, but I don't know. that's where it is right now, Mike. It's like you got some characters out there that are like you really like, but it's like, is he dead? Is he not dead? It's got so messed up to you don't even know anymore. It's like, good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's really dark because there's things worse than death in that show, in that story. There are things that's worse than death. So yeah, One Piece, may it live forever. Shout out to everyone who had a part of the development of season 1 of the live action, particularly Ichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece. I honestly believe that it's because he had veto powers, complete veto powers of the story development and everything to do with the show. I think he really did save it because there are some things in there that they wanted to throw in the show, but they couldn't because Ichiro Oda said no. And when I read what those things were, I was like, thank God. Thank God Netflix wasn't left to their own devices to do this. But AHSOKA, good episode. I don't know where I'm at with the whole entire season yet. I'm going to have to wait till it ends. Okay. But I still don't like the fact that she pulled one over on old Darth Vader. I don't like that. I don't like it. He's supposed to be, unless Anakin just let her do it or something. But let me know that he let her do it. I mean, you know, to get her to progress further or whatever. You got to tell me that, man. I don't believe AHSOKA can pull one over on Darth fucking Vader. Stop playing with me. You take these beloved characters that we waited so long to see what they can do, and you trash them. Anyway, Dave Filoni, that was the only mistake I've seen so far. That in this 30-minute episode, that's the only mistake you've ever made since you had control of the I'm about to say the One Piece stuff, but the Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Wally.
Yes. Oh goodness. What can I say? Jedi Mike, as always, man, you come here with just great overall content as far as breaking down new shows or movies and just breaking down what's going on with all the series. I would like to just put in an output because I know you mentioned the Aquaman earlier. I will sit here and say if they do bring in that part with the sun and, you know, basically the same way how they did in the TV shows or even in the comics, and they alternate into the movies, that would be a very great part that I hope they don't jack up. Literally because in a sense you can say, well, you know, Black Manta can basically, I lost a father, now you get to lose a son, and we both be equal. And that would literally like be the best part of the whole movie, like right there, literally. Other than that, man, look, like I said before, yeah, subscribe to Jedi Mike. Literally top tier person right here. You can't get it. You can't get it nowhere else better.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Last, certainly but not least, Marcus in the building, man. I thank you for stopping by, man. You final words?
Save the best for last. Once you go white, you get your credit right. Anyways, I appreciate, you know, like I said, like always, Jedi, you holding these streams. Everybody that passes through here. Jada Kashi, I'm glad you're doing better, man. I heard about your accent. I didn't do that good job trying to reach out to you, but I did try to contact you, message you. Man, it seems I'm glad you're doing overall better.
Thank you,
Congratulations again to Jedi. Of course, man. Congratulations to Jedi on your marriage. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. I appreciate the fact that you represent Cali, because all those guys that are from the East Coast and the South hating on Cali, we do throw some of the best conventions when it comes to San Diego Comic-Con and LA Comic-Con. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm slowly posting stuff from Comic-Con. I'm gonna have a lot of content just sitting right there right now, but like I'm sporadically just posting out. But Comic-Con was a dream come true. But yeah, I'm slowly putting stuff out. You see, just make sure you got hit notification bell on that. Because I'm basically supposed to be like one or several videos from Comic-Con a week. From there, like interviews I have, and also like anything like exhibits that I've covered. I still got this one. This is give you all a sneak peek, but this one is a comic book cover. This is Robert Smalls. This is a story about an actual person who escaped slavery. Went to the Navy, he became a businessman, and everything. But the actor that played Tobias Wales from Black Lightning and
Black Lightning, yeah,
Tombstone, Marvin Jones III. Like I met him, I interviewed him. He also signed this, but he's producing this comic book, but it's a crowdfunding comic book and everything. And the artist for this is artist for Static Shock as well, and I able to interview him too. But I have those basically sitting on files right now, but I'll have to post those. But just giving you all a sneak peek of this and everything. I had all cover signature and everything, but yeah, be on the lookout for that, y'all. But I'm having a posting schedule where I'm basically having 2 lives a week. I'm basically having one live Monday night and then one live Saturday, both around 8 or 8:30. But the Monday stream is gonna be with Jay King and I. That's when Jay King's available. Then Saturday will basically be just with me, or I can have a co-host, whatever. I'll figure it out. And then through Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I basically be posting videos and shorts in between those and interviews I have, because I'm about to interview for the upcoming horror film, I think on Paramount, Pet Cemetery. I'm about to talk to the director for that, so I'm able to show you guys that soon. But just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, thank you, Marcus, man. Thank you guys for just supporting me and everything. And make sure you guys put content creators, put your links in the chat. I know we already have showed them, but till next time, y'all. This is Jedi Mike 7. Peace. We are. Wait, where's the link? Where's the video? There it is. Out.
Is there anything you want the fans to know, or any last thing you want to say to them before we get to see this series tonight?
This is where the fun begins.